My name is Thomas Dorsey, and I pioneered much of the gospel music you hear today. I was born Thomas Andrew Dorsey on July 1st, 1899 in Villa Rica, Georgia, to the Reverend and Mrs. T.M. Dorsey, one of 10 children. I was just 12 years old when I started to play the piano. It was quite the experience. My first time playing, I sat down at the piano and my hands began to browse over those keys. Then something happened. I felt as though I could reach out and touch God. I found myself playing a melody one I've never heard or played before. And words came into my head, they just seemed to fall into place. That's when I knew that this was what I was meant to do. I became a professional musician and moved around a lot. Playing the blues was my thing, and Atlanta was my scene. Playing at barrel houses and the like. But I knew it was time for me to move on. When I was 17, I moved to Chicago and enrolled into music classes. During the day, I worked different jobs, but at night, I was a blues singer in the Prohibition era, frequenting speakeasies. I loved the blues, sure did, but there was another type of music I loved even more. In 1922, I attended the Baptist convention at the Pilgrim Baptist Church. I would never forget it. The musical preacher played music that spoke to me, right in my soul. Right then, I had a conversion experience. That's when I first coined the term many of you know today, gospel music. I wrote my first gospel song in just 1 week, but still traveled the blues circuit. As I traveled, I began to print my gospel songs and sold them for 10 cents a piece to musicians and pastors. For much of the 1920s, I continued to play the blues and jazz on one hand and gospel on the other. They spoke to me in different ways and became a part of me. In 1928, I teamed up with Hudson Whitaker, and under the names Georgia Time and Tampa Red, we co-wrote the song Tight Like That, which sold 7 million recordings. From 1928 to 1932, I produced over 300 blues records. Soon after, I co-founded the Choral Union of Chicago, later called the National Convention of Gospels and Chorus. I was rolling. Things were going good. Real good. Then came the winter of 1932. Things turned bad, real bad. I lost my wife, Nettie, and a newborn just a day apart. I became a broken man. And what does a broken man do? He makes music. It changed me both creatively and spiritually. Out of my hurt and pain, I wrote my most famous gospel song. Here's a bit of it.
Gracious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stay.
I am tired. I am weak, I am warm. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me home. In the following years, my gospel career took off. Met a lot of great talent along the way, like Mahalia Jackson. I introduced Negro spirituals and called them Jubilees as well as hymns. I've been inducted into numerous halls of fame, including the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame, the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, the Gospel Hall of Fame, and the Blues Hall of Fame. As of 2020, the National Convention of Choirs and Choruses have 50 chapters around the world. Now I leave you with this. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me, Lord, I pray. There will be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble I see. There will be peace in the valley for me.